and ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know, this is the one and only, the name we've mentioned several times this afternoon, Dixon Stroud. Dixon, this is your pride and joy here at Willowdale. It's been a cracking day so far. We said earlier that Mother Nature didn't give us warm weather, but the atmosphere is hot as you like. It's been a good day so far. You're happy, man?
I'm very happy. And you got Walter here too, and that makes me even happier because I see him around the neighborhood from time to time, and we even own half interest in a stallion.
You told me a little bit about that earlier.
And then I tried to find a mare to breed to, and they say, "Why'd you pick that one?" But no, I'm very happy because I can't believe the people that came today after all this bad weather, and they just came anyway. So I expected to come here, and I thought maybe it'd just be you and me and Walter.
I'll tell you, what more company would you need, Dixon? But tell us a little bit about this place. Walter's informed us a little bit about your history in the past. I believe it was Corbiere's Grand National, and you were a participant in that.
I don't think it was that one.
It wasn't that one.
What year was it?
It was, I think, Maori Warrior. This Joel, the old fellow flew up from South Africa. He missed the race, but his horse won.
Oh, wow,
and I went down at Beecher's over a fallen horse, Dark Ivy.
Okay.
I'd walked the course 3 times, 2 times by myself, and the 3rd time with my wife. And she said, at Beecher's, go left. And I had been going right, but my horse didn't like the jumps anyway because he couldn't see through them. And he would just leave from the wings because he liked to see through fences because of the timber fences, and he would have exhausted himself.
Yeah. The Grand National, it's a hell of a challenge, and you've tried to replicate it somewhat with some of these timber fences here. It's a credit to you, but was Aintree the inspiration behind some of this?
No. Well, it was just that, when we were over in England before, my wife rode some team chases, and when I started riding, I used to ride over they had brush fences and hurdle fences, and then the horse population dropped, so they came with something in the middle, and I always thought the brush fences were fun, and the open ditches and the English fences were great, so I tried to replicate it just a little bit. And we had Hugh Morsehead that, he rode some races himself. I think his brother was a professional jockey in England, and he built the course, and he built a team chase course to get the horses ready for it too. And so I kind of listened to him and listened to a few other people, and here we are.
I tell you, Walter, it's interesting because racing and the horse population, the fox hunt, we need people like Dixon, and we need his inspiration around here. How important would you say Dixon is to the local area and to racing in general?
Well, hugely important. I mean, this is in my opinion, one of the greatest steeplechase tracks in the country. It's a real test of timber horses. It's a great hurdle track. It's a great flat track, and Dixon, he's a horseman through and through. He's a sportsman through and through, and we need to appreciate these guys for what they do. And the horse population, steeplechase population, is dwindling, maybe coming back a bit slightly more now, but we need to get more enthusiasm behind the game. And without people like Dixon, Irv Naylor, these type of people, the sport might be dead.
And Dixon, I don't want to embarrass you now, but you're not on your own. Of course, Leslie's a great member of the team here behind the scenes.
If it wasn't for Leslie, where would we be?
Yeah.
And also, I wish he's trying to blow my head up a little bit, but it certainly is fun, and it certainly is fun with Leslie and everybody else who works here, Willowdale, the volunteers, and what a great representation of horses from all the owners and trainers and jockeys.
And you've got some great sponsors here too, Dixon. Is that something you cultivate over years? Or is it something
over years, yeah. And so we have to get it right year after year, and we haven't always done that. But now that Leslie's here and Laurie Prysock and many of the other directors before, starting with Kristen Golden, we've sort of done it. And I'd like to ask you one question. How come all the jockeys are Irish?
Well, to be ordinary in Ireland, you have to be above ordinary everywhere else. And they'll tell you they come here to extend their career. I say they come here to end their career, but it's like the retirement home. The Sun City of jockeys is American steeplechasing. But I think you hit on an interesting point, Dixon, and I know we kind of say that facetiously, but it is something we maybe need to think about cultivating, is the young American rider again. That needs to become something important again in the United States. It's American racing. For it to be sustainable, you've got the likes of Eric Perret's here, you've got other jockeys that are going to be good enough to be champion jockeys, a bit like yourself, of the future, and we have to remember those when we go on. And no doubt Willie McCarthy and Darren Nagle and Mark Beecher, they're wonderful riders and set wonderful standards, but we have to be conscious of what we're doing as far as developing too, don't we?
No, I agree. And there might be a whole crop coming from around here and from Maryland.
The question